Hey guys, it's Rachel. Today I'm here to do my March TBR. I have 7 books to show you. Both January and February were really good reading months for me, so I'm hoping March will be the same. So without further ado, let's get started. The first book I started reading in March and I'm currently reading is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. This book takes place in Prague and follows our main character Karu. She basically has like a double life. On one side she's just an art student and she has like her best friend Susanna and all that jazz. Then she has like a secret life where she does errands for this like kind of demon-y kind of creature known as Chimera, and his name is Brimstone. So she collects teeth for him, and it's a very strange idea, but this book, I'm loving it so much. It is amazing so far. I'm currently on page 267, so I'll probably finish it today. It is really great. I'm just loving it so much. I'll talk more about it in my wrap-up, but for now I am really enjoying this. The next book I hope to read is The Unbecoming of Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. I've been meaning to read this book for so long and I finally want to pick it up this month. I'm basically doing this thing where I'm starting series that are really well known and popular on BookTube. So I read The Raven Boys in February, now I'm reading Daughter of Smoke and Bone, and now I'm getting into this. So I'm really excited to read this. I've heard really great things about it. Basically this book follows Mara Dyer and she wakes up in the hospital with no recollection of how she got there, and I believe there's a romance with some boy called Noah, and that's really all I know, and that's really all I want to know. So I'm going into this kind of blind, but that's the way I like to read sometimes. So I've heard great things about this. I'm so excited to read this. I am taking part in a readathon this month, which is the Slay That Series readathon. This was created by Sarah without a H and Read Like Wildfire, so I shall link their channels down below, as well as the Slay That Series Goodreads group. This is basically a readathon that takes place from March 13th to March 20th. It's an 8-day readathon where basically you do what the title says, you slay that series. So you can either start a new series and finish the series in that week, or if you've been putting off finishing a series, you basically finish that series in that week. So I have a few books for that. I have 3, though even if I read 2 out of the 3, I will be very happy. So the first book I'm going to be reading that month is Allegiant by Veronica Roth. I read Divergent and Insurgent years ago, both back when it was like really popular and everyone was talking about it, and this book basically got spoiled for me, so I just never picked it up, and I've also heard terrible things about it on BookTube, so I just never picked it up. But there's always that little voice in my head that just tells me to finish it just to see what everyone's talking about, because even though I know what's going to happen, I just want to see, like, if I agree with all the negativity. I probably will, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm basically gonna force myself to read this. If I don't finish it, I don't care. Okay, I just want to try. It's quite a hefty book, so we'll see how it goes. The next book I want to read in the Slay That Series readathon is The Valley of Fear by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. This book is actually a bind-up of this as well as The Hound of the Baskervilles, but I've already read The Hound of the Baskervilles, so The Valley of Fear is the last Sherlock Holmes book I have to read, so I'm just going to be reading that. It's really short. I'll probably read it in a few hours, if even, but really I have a feeling Allegiant is going to take me a long time, so I kind of wanted to choose a short little book, a short little story after, and then I'll have completed all the Sherlock Holmes series. So yeah, I love these books, so I'm really excited to get back into the Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson adventures. So this is going to be really short but really fun. I've also added a 3rd book for the Slay That Series readathon just in case I have time left over. I probably won't, depending on how long it takes me to read Allegiant, but we'll see. So I've chosen The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J Maas. Now I know this isn't exactly part of the Throne of Glass series. This is the prequel. It's like a collection of novellas and basically takes place before the Throne of Glass series. But you know, I decided to include it because if I read this, I'll have read basically everything to do with Throne of Glass series, so I decided to include it. It probably doesn't go with the rules that Sarah and Shami made for that readathon, but sorry guys. So if I do get around to reading this, it should be a fun read because I haven't read it yet, and I love Selena Sardothian, I love the Throne of Glass series, I love Sarah J Maas's writing, so I think this will be a really nice read to add a bit to the Throne of Glass series, so I am excited. So they are the 3 books I hope to read in the Slay That Series readathon. If you want to take part, again, as I said, I will leave the Goodreads link down below, so do join us. It's going to be a fun week. The next book I hope to read in March is Half Bad by Sally Green. This is the first book in what I believe is going to be a trilogy. I know the third book, Half Lost, is going to be coming out very soon. So I want to get started on this book series. I don't know too much about it. I think it involves witches or wizards or something. I could be completely wrong. Either way, I've heard pretty mixed opinions on this, though I think it's one of Ben from Benjamin of Tone's favourite book series. So that's a good thing. I really want to read this. It doesn't have a synopsis at the back, which is annoying. It doesn't have any synopsis anywhere. So I read the synopsis on Goodreads before, but I don't remember what it is. I don't know why this book doesn't have a synopsis. It's actually very annoying. But anyway, I hope I'll enjoy this. It's going to be a fun time. And another book I hope to read, just in case I'm in the mood for contemporary this month, is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I've heard really great things about this author. I heard she writes really interesting and unique contemporaries. I do enjoy contemporaries. I've read a few that I absolutely loved. Obviously fantasy is like my baby, but sometimes it's nice to just get into a nice contemporary, and I've heard really good things about this. This is a duology. This is the first book, of course, and I've heard it ends on a cliffhanger, which is really good, so I'll probably end up getting the next book as well. I also have The Summer I Turned Pretty, but I decided to start with this one just because I want to read The Summer I Turned Pretty in summer. But yeah, so hopefully this is going to be a fun read. We'll see how it goes. So those are all the books I hope to read in March. Of course, it may change. I may not stick to this at all. I'm obviously going to be buying new books in March, so I may end up reading them instead of the ones I've shown you, but we'll see how it goes. I hope it's a good reading month again. I'm doing really well this year, so hopefully I stick to that. I have a job now, so it means I have less time to read, but you know, I'll do my best. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I shall see you soon with another video. Slán live!